A disaster fuck that I had.
Listen,
Do you want to tell the story?
I can tell the story if you want.
Disaster fuck. I kind of want to hear one.
all right, let's hear it. Yeah.
It was actually a fan. Yeah, I know. I fucked 3 fans. So
Fan on what level? Like he was waiting in
Whoa.
line at the porno
literally,
shop?
yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Okay, so he was legitimately a fan. I met him at an expo. It was at Sexpo in Australia. He came up, met me, got a signature. He was very sexy and very charming. He was a French model, so you
Okay.
can imagine. He was like, "Give me your number." I'm like, "No, you give me your number." And I had no intention of texting or calling him, but after I got back, I was staying at a hotel because I wasn't living in that state. And I was like, "You know what? Maybe I will like text him." So I texted him. And I was going back to Victoria, which was where this is in Australia. So this is where I was at the time. And I was like, let me know when you're in Melbourne. So the next time he was in Melbourne, he hit me up and he's like, let's go out and do something. So I was like, okay, let's do brunch because dinner's way too like serious. I want to do something very casual.
Okay.
So we did brunch. He was really sweet. And at the end of brunch, he was like, by the way, I missed the point. He's also an artist. So he's this French model. He's got
He's
like
a French model and artist.
Artist.
So just in
So-
case any of the fans out there are feeling like, oh, this could be me. I mean, this
Maybe
guy got
not.
he got a couple things going for him apparently.
he's a really good artist. I looked at all his.
So he's
stuff
not
on
just
Instagram.
any old artist. He's a
No,
beautiful artist.
Yeah,
yes.
beautiful artist. So after brunch, he's like, okay, so I'm staying at my friend's place at the moment. He's out at work. I want you to come back with me and I want to paint you. And I'm like, this is my Titanic moment.
This is Titanic. That's what I was
Like,
thinking.
Thinking about
Yes.
Titanic, yeah.
He's gonna paint me like one of his French models.
girls.
Yeah. So
One of
I was
my
like,
Australian
okay.
girls. Yes.
Yeah. So we went back to the apartment and we start making out. No painting going on. At all. Nothing.
Was he even set up? Did he make it look like he was going to paint you?
I mean, he did have a sketchbook.
Okay.
What a
So-
dirty dog. This
He
guy.
brought his sketchbook to brunch. So I thought, okay, maybe he's
Okay.
legitimately going to paint me. So anyway, we start making out. The whole thing was a disaster, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought this
really.
was
was
gonna
his
be a
making
sexy
out? Was he
story.
bad at kissing?
He was okay at kissing.
Okay.
But we get to the bedroom and so he's like groping me. He's moving down. He goes to finger me. He shoves 4 fingers straight into my asshole. No spit,
What?
no
What?
lube, just 4 fingers. And I'm like, whoa, no.
Do you think that he thought because you're a porn star that you were ready to go
He-
maximum volume?
He said, oh, I thought you can take it. And I'm like, yes, I can take it, but like spit on it a little bit.
Oh,
Do
Treat me
one
like a
more.
lady, yeah.
Yeah.
Stomach hurts thinking about this.
Yeah. So I was like, no, we're not doing that. I also wasn't prepared for anal.
Yeah, like
no.
you can't. You have to ask before you go into that
Yeah.
hole.
So that happened, and then we continued on, and it got to the point where we're about to fuck, and he tries to put it in me bare, and I'm like, whoa, no,
Yeah.
like put a condom on. And he's like, oh, I don't have any, and I'm like, okay. I have some condoms. Here you go. So already like so many red flags.
Yeah.
Like if you're willing to just slide your cock in me bare, I don't know you. You're probably doing that with everyone. I'm very like particular about sexual health. So
Yeah, I like that.
yeah, no. So we start fucking, and there's like a big mirrored wall in the bedroom. And I notice like he's not looking at me, and I look across, and he is literally watching himself fuck, like American
God.
Psycho style. I'm like, wow. So I'm like, you know what? I'm already here. I'm already fucking this dude. I may as well get off. So I'm like, getting myself off, rubbing my
Doing your
clit,
thing.
doing my thing, like whatever. And then we switch positions, and I go to suck his dick. And he picks up his phone, and I think he's changing the music. And then I look up,
No,
and
he
I'm like,
didn't.
no, you're not about to like film me without consent. So I start getting dressed immediately. I am out the door, and he's like, no, wait, don't go, in his charming French accent.
Oh my
I'm
god!
in the elevator, and he runs down the hallway in his boxer shorts, being like, please stay, as the elevator
Oh
doors close.
my god!
And you got out of there and didn't forget anything?
No, I didn't forget anything.
God.
I put all my clothes on, grab my handbag, I'm out.
I'm just imagining like there's something that she's gonna leave behind that's
No,
gonna force her to
what
come
a
back in the
fucking
story. Okay.
asshole!
I
He's like, I
know.
gotta prove to everyone that I was with Angela White.
Ugh,
I mean,
no,
wow.
no consent, nothing.
So will
Yeah.
you ever try to fuck a fan again after this?
Well,
There was a couple other ones there
there were
that she
two. They were before him though.
Oh,
And they were
okay.
good. They were identical twins.
Right. Well, but
Ooh.
okay,
Yeah.
before it went bad,
Yeah.
from your perspective, was it a turn on thinking that this is a guy who jerked off to you, or was it kind of neutral?
I didn't think about it like that. I just thought it was like a
So, dude, let's
cute,
see what's
cute
going
guy.
on.
Yeah. I wasn't sitting there thinking this is a fan or anything like that.
Wow.
It's like he's hot.
Yeah.
But that is
But I
the
haven't fucked a fan
Since.
that is the question
Put
though.
a bad
Okay.
taste in your mouth.
If a girl or a guy were coming up to you and you're at an expo, or even if they saw you in the wild at a bar, at a restaurant, whatever,
the wild.
what do they got to say to you that might give them the best chance at actually getting a sexual experience with you? Not that this is what
Yeah.
people should be doing. You shouldn't be
Yeah.
shooting your shot at adult stars left and right. But what would work?
They just have to be themselves, and they just have to be cool people, and I just have to vibe
Be
with
hot
them.
French models.
You know what? I don't usually go for that type either. It was just, I don't know, there was something about his
You were just
like
lonely
charisma.
enough that day.
Yeah, it was this, like there was a little sexual tension.
Yeah.
It's usually when I want to have sex with someone, it's not usually something I can verbalize like, oh, these are the reasons I want to have sex with them. It's usually this kind of undercurrent of like sexual energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
The vibe.
it's
as
a
people would
vibe.
say, yeah.
It's like, ooh, yeah, okay. Like I feel, or maybe it's the pheromones. There's something going on another level that I can't
an
describe.
animalistic level that
Yeah.
we just can't see.
Yeah. So there's nothing that you can say that's
Yeah.
going to.
Okay, the clip you just watched was from Plug Talk, which is my adult podcast that I do with Lena the Plug, where every week we interview a different girl and then we get nasty. So if you want to see the full thing, onlyplugtalk.com, $5 for your first month. Appreciate y'all.